I'm Chef Mike Moses and welcome to my kitchen. So I have been on a soup kick and I'm looking for great soups that don't take a lot of ingredients but taste phenomenal. And I've got a real good one for you coming up. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more, hit the notification button or even the subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. So today is a simple soup. And what I mean by simple is not a lot of ingredients thrown together and cooked for hours and hours and hours and hours. This one is something you can make when you come home from work. Let's go for our mise en place because I'm not going to spend a lot of time cooking and chopping and showing you how to do that. You've seen that before. So what we've got is 1 carrot, 1 stick of celery, we've got 2 shallots, we've got 2 cloves of garlic, we've got some basil paste, we've got about a cup of tortellinis, we have 3/4 of a cup of tomato sauce, and I'm using San Marzano tomatoes, about a cup of cream, heavy cream, and about 4 cups of beef stock. Let's get right into it. First thing we want to do, heat our pot. We're not using a lot of oils here. This is really about flavors. The flavors of your mise en place, the flavors of the tomato and the beef stock and the Italian sausage. So most of the fat is going to come from the Italian sausage. I'm just going to put in probably about a tablespoon of olive oil because everything goes good with olive oil. So a tablespoon of olive oil, we'll wait for that to come up to temperature. All right, our oil has started to sheen. Time to add the Italian sausage. And we just want to break it up because you don't want one big lump of Italian sausage in your soup. So I'll just break it up, and it'll break up more as it gets cooking. You can already smell it. A little bit of seasoning, of course. Just a dash of salt and a dash of pepper. We're going to be building on our flavors as we go here. So keep it moving around in your pot. I've got it on pretty high heat right now just to get the Italian sausage browned. It doesn't take very long. See all those good bits on the end? That's all it takes for the sausage to get brown because I don't want a lot of browning, just a little. I'm going to reduce my heat. And I'm going to add my mise en place, my shallots, and my celeries and my carrot. Just stir. Give it a season. Again, just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Remember, we're building our flavors here. And I want this to saute in the pan, probably about a minute, minute and a half. I just want the shallots to break up. I want everything to get a nice coating of fat on it, be it from the Italian sausage or the little bit of oil we've put in there. Now we're going to add our garlic. I wouldn't add my garlic right through a hot pan, just I don't want it to burn. I want the flavor of the garlic to come through. Oh, the smells. It smells so good. So as you can see, the pan is almost deglazed itself, which is good because that's all the moisture coming out of the vegetables. Now we're going to add our beef stock. So I'm going to add 4 cups of beef stock, unseasoned. All right, so now I've got my beef stock and my veggies in here. I'm going to turn up the heat just to get it boiling. Once it starts to boil, I'm going to knock the temperature down and I'm going to let it simmer away until the carrots start to soften. As soon as this gets boiling, I'm going to add my tomato sauce and I'm also going to add my basil. If you're wondering why I have basil paste, this is what I made when the basil came out of the garden, about 3 months ago. Some olive oil, basil, put some in the freezer and I made some into a paste. So I'm just waiting for the beef stock to start to boil. Once that happens, magic. All right, our soup's now up to a high boil, so we're going to reduce this by half down to 6. And I'm going to add my tomatoes. These are San Marzano tomatoes that are made into a paste. And I want to add these now, so they'll help break down the carrots. They're going to help break down the meat a little bit, add a little bit of acidity to it, and turn it a nice red color. You can see it's nice and red. Again, seasoning, very little salt. I would say that's probably about a pinch of salt that I'm using. Add some pepper. And cover. And we're going to cover for 20 minutes, just until the carrots have a chance to soften up. All right, 20 minutes are up. We'll have a look at our soup as it is going on, and you can tell lots of goodness tries to get out of the pot. I don't let it. So as you can see, we have a very nice looking soup. Everything's tender now. It's time to add the piece de resistance. Tortellinis. These are fresh tortellinis that I bought from the Italian market. They have bacon and they have cheddar cheese in them. And I want to add them now, and I don't want this to be a rolling boil because I don't want to beat the crap out of these. I really want these to remain as they are. So I'm going to add my tortellinis. That's probably about 1.5 cups of tortellinis. And we're going to add the basil. Give it a stir, get everything all broken up. And since these are fresh tortellinis, they are only going to take probably about a minute and a half to cook. I also want to do a little taste test. Spot on. Maybe a little bit more salt and pepper. And if you like to heat up your soup, one of the things you can do is just add some chili flakes or maybe some cayenne pepper. That's if you like a hot soup. So as you can see, the tortellinis are just about ready. One or two are starting to fall apart. So now we're going to add the cream. And I've got just about 1 cup of cream here. Don't let any go to waste. I'll stir it in. And you see it almost looks like tomato soup, doesn't it? Cream of tomato soup. And I want to be gentle because I don't want to break the tortellinis apart. One final taste here with the cream added. Need some salt. It's got lots of pepper. I can taste the pepper in the back end. Yum. So I'm going to let this simmer, covered on a low heat for about 5 minutes, and then we'll serve up a bowl. All right, so the soup has been simmering away for 5 minutes, and we have to add butter. I wouldn't be a chef without adding butter, would I? So I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of butter. And this is just a little treat. Put the butter in there, let it get melted, and we'll get ready to serve up our tortellini soup. And the big trick will be, can I do this without making a mess? Probably not. Bring our bowl over. Clean up the edges, a little cilantro in the middle, and there we have our tortellini and Italian sausage soup. For more information on this recipe and more, head over to my website, www.chefmikemoses.com. You'll find I have a blog running there with the recipes that you can print off. I hope you enjoy this. I'm here to help you cook better, shop smarter, and eat healthier.